Buy a house first, get married later. Let's cut through the noise. Give you facts about this. This is an interesting thing. I heard this on the news today. I was like, wow, that's a growing trend. I didn't know about that. How much was it growing? That more couples are buying homes before saying I do. And they're directing their funds from their wedding budget to buying a home. So why is this happening? And is it a smart move? So they're bypassing the traditional big wedding and putting that money into the home. And with the average wedding cost being tens of thousands of dollars, it could be a financially savvy move to put that down payment on a home instead and build equity and set a strong foundation for their future together. But there's always a catch, because without legal safety net of marriage, one wrong move could leave you battling over property, sharing your home with an unexpected heir, or losing thousands of dollars. So in this video, I'm going to unpack the pros and cons and the must-know legal advice to protect your asset, okay, and your future. So on this Real Deal channel, I'm going to give you the facts, no fluff. So stick around to the end, as I'm going to share some really good advice that you need to hear before you sign on that dotted line. And what I would do if I were being unmarried, because you may be in love now. However, the divorce rate is pretty high, and I just want to make sure you protect your asset. So we'll go over that at the end. Stay tuned. But I want you to comment below any horror stories that you heard about the subject. So now, why are couples, buying before being married? Now, the Wall Street Journal article, I picked this up in 2023, about 555,000 unmarried couples purchased a home together, which was 46% increase over the past decade. And it's more than 11%, I believe they said, of all the home sales. So why is this happening? Well, first thing that comes to my mind is financial stability. The median homeowner has nearly $400,000 in wealth compared to about $10,000 for renters. So for many, owning a home feels like an ultimate step towards long-term stability. You also have marriage delays right now. The average age of a first-time buyer is now 38, and the median age for marriage is 30 for men and 28 for women. Couples are postponing weddings to focus on building their financial foundation first. And market pressures, rising rents and skyrocketing home prices make the decision real easy, right? Past clients I had, Dean and Maria, it was a daughter of one of my clients, and the father was going to give him $50,000 down payment or give him a $200,000 wedding. And they chose the $50,000 down payment towards a house, and they're really happy right now. So what would you do if you had that choice? And also, I think that when you buying a house, it's a bigger commitment. Homeownership is a huge commitment. I think it's more a commitment than marriage. It's concrete, it builds equity, and it comes before tying the knot, apparently, with all these people doing it. So there are pros of buying a home, before you get married. So let's talk about some of the benefits. Let me think now. First thing comes to my mind is wealth building. Real estate is a wealth accelerator. Instead of spending tens of thousands of dollars on one day, the couples can invest in that money in this property that appreciates over time. That's the pro. There's shared expenses. You can split the mortgage payment. It can be more affordable than rent. And of course, your money's going towards and you're getting deductions, especially in these high cost markets that are out there. Also, there's flexibility when you don't really need to be married to enjoy homeownership. It's a great way to test financial compatibility and shared decision making, right? That's one way. And then there's life integration. You have your own space, you can build your family, you can start a family. It provides a really nice foundation for your life together. So that's some good things, right? But there are some risks and challenges. It's not all sunshine here, but I think the one risk, especially for unmarried couples, is more of a legal side, right? It's really uncertainty. Because without a marriage certificate, there's really no legal framework for dividing assets if the relationship ends. And the splits can get messy. You need to have a legal contract, okay, before buying. And then there's title issues. How are you going to hold title? I'm going to go into that in a little bit. But if only one name is on the deed, the other partner has no claim to the property. And if both names are on the deed, issues can arise if one partner wants to sell or something happens to one of them. And there could be some unequal contributions. How do you account for one person putting more into the down payment or the monthly payments or renovations, or, the disparities will create tension down the road. I've seen it happen. And then there's inheritance issues, right? Imagine owning a home with your partner's heir if they passed away without a will. You don't want that drama. So be smart about this. And I'm going to share with you my advice. If you're liking what you're hearing right now, just please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. So what would I suggest? I suggest drafting, I call it a cohabitation agreement, and you can have an attorney draw it up. And I suggest that both of you have your own attorneys, because then they'll think out of the box. You'll get better advice. Think of it, you're sitting there together, the guy will just give you advice and then go away. But if you're separate, each attorney is going to try to outdo the other, and they'll think out of the box. You can just think of it as like a prenup for your home. It just really spells out who owns what, how equity is going to be divided if something happens. Or if you break up or something like that. It does cost maybe $1,000, $3,000, but it's really worth peace of mind. I really want you to do is document also. The second thing I really want you to do is to keep a clear record of who's paying what. Create a Google sheet. I'm talking about the down payment, your monthly payment, your utilities, your renovations, anything that goes into that, every penny. It ensures fairness, especially if you ever need to divide the assets. Really, really important to keep really good records of everything you put money into. And do it together. I've had many clients where one person put way more down than the other, okay? And I always say just protect what you're putting into it. And also the title. Make sure you establish the right title. There are 3 ways you can hold title of being unmarried. Now the 4th way is only for married couples. Now just one of you can be on the title, but that's not good. Don't do that. That's going to create complications. You want to make sure you're on that title. The second one is tenants in common. This allows each person to own a specific share of the property, which can be equal or unequal. If you put in 70% and the other person's 30%, then that's more flexible. It's a more flexible arrangement. It's definitely chosen when parties contribute different amounts to the purchase. And what's good about this one is each party can sell or will their share to someone else, which means a negative side for you if that's way, means you could end up co-owning the property with somebody you didn't really originally buy the home with. So pluses and minuses there. But the one that most people do is joint tenancy with the right of survivorship, which means each person owns an equal share of the property. A key feature of this arrangement is the right of survivorship part. So if one person dies, their share automatically passes to the surviving owner, which could be a benefit if you want the property to go directly to your partner without going through probate. However, it also means you can't leave your share to someone else in the will. This is a real common choice, but it really simplifies the transfer of ownership upon death. But it also requires careful consideration, as all parties must agree to all changes, such as selling the home or doing things to the home, And all owners also share equal liability for the property, regardless of individual contributions to its purchase or upkeep, okay? So that's good as well. So make sure you get the right one. Work with a lawyer, determine what makes the most sense for your situation. Make sure you have a will and a estate plan as well. You need separate wills. If one of you passes away, it will ensure the property goes where you want it to go, not automatically to an heir who might become your co-owner. Make sure that's really important. I'm saying that twice because it's really important. And it could include a first right of refusal, which ensures that if one person wants out, the other one has the first option to buy their share before the property is sold to somebody else. A really good option. I had a client, Mark and Sheila, they lived in Bucks County. They went and bought a lakeside property together, moved from there, went to a lakeside property, and only put her name on the deed. I wasn't sure, but that's what they wanted to do. And they told their kids that Mark should inherit the home if something happened to her, but they didn't put that in writing. Kids get like a memory loss when money is involved, and there was greed, and it was really more about doing the right thing of parents, honoring your parents' legacy, and it didn't happen. I ended up selling the property for everybody, and Mark did not get that property. So make sure if you want somebody to get something, you put it in writing. And I have another couples that are so organized, and they did a prenup, and they had everything organized. So you just make sure you just do whatever is good for you, but do something. So my final thoughts: buying a home together before marriage can be a smart financial move, but only if you take the right precautions. So don't skip the legal documents. Make sure you're clear about your financial contributions and document, right? Seek advice from an attorney. Protect your individual interest, okay? It's one of your biggest commitments. But with all this said, while a house is a significant investment, memories, guys, are just invaluable. Even if it's a small ceremony, getting married creates a lasting life event. A house is replaceable, but memories and relationships, they're just priceless. So, while investing in a home together it's a savvy financial move. I get it. Just don't forget to invest your relationship too, okay? Because a strong partnership is the foundation on which you'll build your life. And that starts with the open communication, clear agreements, and creating beautiful memories together. So take these steps to safeguard and your investment and your future together. All right. Thanks for tuning in to The Real Deal in Real Estate. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with somebody who's thinking of buying a home. If you have some questions or personal stories, I'd love to hear them. If you have something that's happened that I can share with my listeners and they can learn from you, that would be awesome. Love to hear from you. Until next time, happy house hunting, smart investing, and we'll see you on the next one.